Hi guys, and welcome to the first ever Living Paranormal magazine live. We have obviously Alex, who never leaves me alone. Then we have Daryl, and then we
Hello?
have everyone from Nova Spies.
No!
The whole team.
And Brody.
And Brody.
Don't forget Brody and Maverick.
And Maverick, can't forget them. So, do you want to introduce everyone while I share the link and start off the chat?
You just
No, don't. You know what I'm saying? Spirit.
No, I don't. Right, okay. This is the first time we've done this as Living Paranormal, and we're going to be talking about demons. But whoa there, don't panic.
We already started being annoyed.
Yeah. We're not going to be trying to freak people out. We're gonna be down to earth about this. We're gonna expel, or whatever you want to call it, dismiss a load of bullshit that's out there surrounding demons, and how people seem to think that demons are at nearly every location in America for some reason. No offense.
Yeah, England, you know.
But yeah, that's basically what the show's about.
First off, Daryl, what do you think of demons?
Well, I mean, of course, demons exist, just not on the level that you see on social media and the movies and all the TV shows. Demons are far in between. I mean, for anybody to run across a demonic entity, you're going to know it and you're going to pay for it. It's not like you see on TV where a demon's attached to you and they're able to get it off in one episode. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. And I hope to God I never actually run into a demonic entity, because it would totally ruin your life in so many ways. And I mean, it could eventually kill you. But we lost them. Yeah, demonic entities. I just think it's a 1 in a billion chance of ever running into one.
Out of everyone we know, Daryl, I would say that you are probably one of the only people who have come close to
being near a demonic presence.
To having a demonic, I suppose you could say.
In all honesty, too, when you say that, I would think I was a little immature at saying that I thought at first it was a demon, and I will admit that. I think it was more a dark entity than anything. Somebody, they were probably a human being at one time that was a very dark person or a bad person, and that's what attached itself to me when I was at the House of Wills in Cleveland 2 years ago, and I ran into it again at Anderson Hotel in Kentucky. But I don't think it was a demon in any sense of the matter. I was able to get rid of it too easily.
So what did you have to do to get rid of the spirit / demon?
Well, I'm a
House of Wills.
I got real religious real quick. I found Jesus.
Where was he hiding?
He was hiding down by the Wawa here on Route 40. Yeah, he's behind the dumpster over there. I did find him. Yeah, I used GPS. But for anybody who knows, Wawa's an East Coast thing.
Sorry. Just to clarify, you could say you use JPS.
Yeah, JPS. Yeah, exactly. But no, seriously, no. I did some cleansings. I read up on it. I had some friends who knew how to do cleansing properly. I got in touch with them, and they helped me through it. It worked.
Your experiences with that are going to be in the next issue of the magazine, because I've just finished editing your article, funny enough.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it will be. I touched base on it as best as possible, I think. if anybody's ever interested, they can always hit me up, message me, follow me on Facebook. I'll be more happy to explain to them. I don't think I was able to dive into it as much as it seemed. I just kind of got through it real quick in the article.
Okay, so Maury and the rest of you guys, what do you think of demons?
Well, I think personally, we never come across one. We've definitely run across some pretty pissed off, entities, but I think Daryl kind of hit it out pretty good. You know, they know it for one, and getting rid of them that easy, there's no way it would bang into mine. So, I mean, for me, I mean, you have to I kind of think of it as, you know, is it possible? Absolutely. Just because I haven't actually run across it doesn't mean it's not possible. So, I don't know about you guys.
99% of the time, it's not demon. It's just one pissed off spirit. You're not paying any attention to it, so it's gonna do everything it can to get.
So what is a demon? I mean, a demon is a non-human entity, right? Something that's never been human, and is it considered something that, like a fallen angel, or beyond that, something else?
I would say, yeah. There are other non-human entities like elementals and stuff like that. I don't consider demons.
Right.
I mean, do we think about this thing mythologically? Are demons little red people from hell, or are they just, I don't know, pre-spirits, really old spirits? I don't know. I mean, can you, if both exist, can you group both of them together? What do Nova Spies think of that?
Can't even hear them. There we go. So Daryl, do you think that, especially on TV nowadays, there are a lot of people out there that think everything is a spirit?
I didn't catch the first part of that. You were breaking up. What was that?
Have you, especially on TV nowadays, you've got a lot of people that seem to believe that everything is a spirit.
Right.
Every single thing is a spirit, and
right. It is, of course.
Of course it is.
So we're having some technical issues at the moment.
We're having technical issues because Nova Spies have gone muted.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear us, guys, but you've muted yourselves.
You've muted yourselves. Yes, you have. You have.
I can't even see them.
They've muted themselves.
Yeah, hang on. This.
We're having issues.
We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Technical issues over here.
I think they're saying that we are amazing.
Oh yeah, we are amazing.
People should give us lots of money.
Living Paranormal is the best magazine ever. Okay. This is a great show, yes. Okay, what else did you say? Oh, go fuck yourself. All right.
Yeah. This is great because we can just put words in their mouth. I know, I'm pretty amazing. I should be the next president of the United States, even though I'm not American. Exactly. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
There you go. I think
there you go.
There you go.
Did you figure it out?
Oh no, we're 4 feet away from it, so you know, fucking demons down.
I know, right?
The whole footage of what people were seeing is just you sticking your fingers up at me and me saying that you were saying we're amazing and stuff.
That was. We told you were number one, buddy.
Yeah, and you're number 2.
Absolutely.
Which is bad.
Yeah, there you go. No, got that one.
So anyway, where were we?
Yeah, we lost. I mean, we'll start with Nova Spies as the camera's currently on you. Hopefully, people can hear me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you what do you think of mediums or paranormal investigators that go into a location and they seem to encounter a demon at like 90% of the places where they go?
Don't we all? Doesn't everybody, every single one of us go and we either find a demonic or we find a portal or we find multiples of everything? Isn't that what we do in every single investigation?
Yep.
Apparently,
Pretty much.
it is,
Well,
it is according to some people.
It'd be pretty boring if we didn't.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
stuff up, right?
That's
Yes.
holy crap. Is that not the, if you're telling me that's not what we're supposed to be doing, I'm in the wrong hobby.
Put it this way, I think some people are in the wrong business. They should be in horror filmmaking and not paranormal investigating.
That's right.
There's a big difference. I mean, Daryl, what do you think?
Of the groups that go out there and everything's a demon or everything's a spirit.
Everything's
Well,
real.
there should be spirits. We're trying to say, what do you think of people that go into locations and seem to think there's a demon at nearly everyone?
I think they're either immature or they are not experienced enough to know what a demon or a dark energy is. And I think some of them are probably just doing it to get the fame out of it. Because everybody's interested in the demons, of course. It's dark, it's scary. I think a lot of, and I'm not knocking anybody. That's their thing, that's their thing. I'm not interested in it. But if that's what they're doing and they actually think it's demons every time they go into a location, they maybe need to step back and also reassess their ways of investigating.
Whoa, went a bit funny there. Daryl's paused himself. Oh, wait, no, he's not. Are you moving? You crashed for a minute there.
See, those damn demons, man. They're in the
Oh, I knew
airways.
it.
It's the demons ruining everything.
They're making you go like robotic, like that. Bloody demons!
I do believe that demonic spirits and demons are a thing.
I
just don't think they pop up out of the woodworks as often as some people would like to believe they do.
I mean, I think this is going to be really boring for some people because what we're basically doing is making paranormal investigation as boring as possible.
Well, no, we're pretty much just telling it as it is, really.
Paranormal investigation can be extremely boring for anyone who doesn't know that.
But for anyone not in the paranormal field,
it's not properly in the paranormal field.
Paranormal investigation.
We're looking for the truth. We're not looking for demons. We're not, we're looking for the truth.
I mean, I've always personally said, I agree with Kat there, but I've always personally said that demons aren't hiding in buildings unless some ritual has taken place there. Demons tend to latch onto people and not locations, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I totally agree. Usually they're not going to make themselves known at first. They're going to creep up on you and attach themselves to you and make your life a living hell. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think...
You're very interesting there, Daryl. Yeah.
Huh?
That's a good quote.
That was it.
That's all you got?
You said more than that.
You started going into detail and you just went, yeah.
I was talking.
Hello, ladies.
Welcome to Hangouts.
and what do you
How
guys...
come I don't have these technical difficulties on my show?
Because it's all about demons, I'm telling you.
Just saying.
It's because I'm doing it manually. This isn't on automatic. I'm doing this manually.
I do all mine manually.
Do you?
I do all. Yeah.
Bullshit.
I don't do them automatic.
Bullshit.
You're fired then.
I call bullshit.
All mine are manual. I won't do it all. The first
Now,
one
I'm surprised you can even send an email, mate.
Hey, the first one I ever. Right there, brother.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's it. That's it. I'm voting for Josh. He's got the better beard now. Just in case you're wondering, Daryl isn't drinking, he's spitting.
Yeah, I'm dipping. I'm probably the only person ever on a live feed to actually dip while I'm freaking doing a live feed.
I would say you're
See,
probably
actually,
one of the only.
you kind of hide it better than, or you show it better than other people hide it. So
I'm kind of
I hide
disappointed.
shit. When you get me, you get the real fucking me.
that's
As
right.
simple
Beard
as
no,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Beard
If you don't fucking like it, too fucking bad.
I'm kind of disappointed you're not spitting into what was it?
A spittoon?
A spittoon is going.
No.
Going, I'm kind of
You're lucky I'm not drinking a thing of Jack and spitting in one.
No, it's not attractive, mate.
No, I mean, I'm gonna come off him for a while. I'm gonna go to the ladies. Hello.
Hey,
Let's get back on the demons.
Let's get back from the demons.
back to the demons.
Back to the demons. All of us have been in this field for so many years.
Combined, probably
A good-
30 to 40 years, probably.
Well, more than that.
Actually, no, there's 4 years. Okay.
There's like 100
like-
years combined.
Okay, we're not going age here. Watch it.
Yeah.
Watch
What
it.
do you mean? We're all people in our mid to 20s to mid 30s, obviously.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
There you
Yeah.
Thank you.
But we've all been in this field for so many years, and it's only been a recent thing, and it's a very modern day thing that paranormal investigators want to go out and they want to find these demonics, so they want to contact Zozo and things like that. But it's almost as if that's now
It's a
the
very
goal.
it's a I'm trying to think. It's like a viral thing.
Yeah,
Like the
it's like
Zozo and
this is a
Charlie, or whatever it is in the midnight game and
Yeah.
stuff. It's all stuff that's on YouTube.
yeah, but it's literally as if the game isn't to find spirits. The game isn't like the goal is no longer to communicate with spirits and prove that there's life after death. The whole goal now is let's all go find a demon.
That's exactly.
Being in this field for so long, we know that's just not going to happen.
No, I mean, talk about one of the most boring nights of your life for the most time is when you go and investigate.
It can be.
Holy, how many, okay, raise of hands, how many have fallen asleep and snored on investigations? Because nothing has happened. Thank you. Be honest, sir. Be honest. Yeah, go ahead. Honest.
The hands, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because there's just so much going on that, it just keeps you so wide awake. So the fact that I think the networks have hit on a niche that they found the networks.
A niche in the market.
Yeah,
Yeah,
market.
they did. They found that thing that they know that gets to people the most. But it's like a bad car wreck. They cannot not watch it. So then their whole thing is, you know what? It's a Friday night. Let's go to, we know Aunt Mary's house was really, really haunted and stuff, because it smelled bad. And not that Grandma didn't live there and really makes some really nasty smells. But, it smelled it's called mothballs, kids, it's not sulfur, it's mothballs. But, that, don't laugh at that, Alex. You know what the hell I'm talking about.
I know what a mothball is.
Right.
I've seen sitcoms from the 1970s.
You know, the little round things about yay bag. They're about yay bag, little round white things.
Yeah, little brown white things that you shouldn't eat because they're not mints.
Or shove up your nose.
No.
Yeah, no shove them up your nose either. That's not good either.
I crush them up and snort them on Marco.
I bet you do. That's why your hair does what it does.
I don't know what you're talking about. My hair is perfectly normal.
That's right. Fabulous.
Shut up, Daryl.
We've been out there. It raised people. You know that? It
Yeah, I know.
actually has a demonic presence of its own.
Yeah, my hair's demonic.
That's
All right, get over it.
That's right. Freaking
Just jealous. Just jealous that your hair doesn't do things by itself.
You damn right. It's locked
I'm getting
down.
a bit
baby.
emotional.
It's locked down. I don't want it doing sign language to somebody else while I'm talking.
Anyway, I'm gonna go back to demons a second. Yeah, I was watching a TV show. I will not say what show it is, just in case I know a person involved with the show. I don't know if I do or not. But they were talking about this person that was haunting this teenage girl's house, and she was describing it. It was a woman who would always appear with a rope around her neck, and they went straight to the word, oh, it's demonic, it's a demon. And I thought, sorry, how can a woman with a rope around her neck in Victorian clothes be a demon? And I just switched it off. I just stopped watching it from there.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
So, what would you say is the scariest thing on an investigation that's ever happened to you? We'll start with Nova, and then we'll go to Daryl.
Has it got something to do with mothballs?
Yeah, that's right, because you're doing mothballs and your hair is sine waving and stuff. So, I think the scariest thing I don't know. I don't think there's been one thing that's scared us enough to not go back.
Well, startled.
Startled.
You know, startled.
You know, we had a crypt keeper dude in Mount Washington that sat up behind a piano.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was like
A little bit of a
crypt keeper old. In case the dude's watching, you're really old. Dude, you're really old. And he worked the elevator. Piano bar. And
the princess played her piano.
yeah, and you know, Cat's camera goes off and it makes this noise like a piano goes doo-doo. And
All of a sudden, I hear, "What the fuck?"
what the fuck?
And I'm realizing, oh no, they're thinking it's the piano, right? And I'm like, no, it was my camera.
No.
And at the same time, this dude sits straight up from behind the piano. He had been taking a nap back there. It scared everybody. Talk about heart attack.
That wasn't even
Without looking
spiritual.
behind the piano.
That wasn't even spiritual activity. That was just a guy.
I know. Okay.
That is generally, I find out a lot of paranormal investigators get scared in investigations when they accidentally run into another member of their team or someone who works at the location.
Yeah.
Or they fall in like for a secret door. Arse first.
Head first, arse out. Get it right.
Right, okay.
That had to be good.
This, bearing in mind, this was like, I think my second ever investigation. So I'm 15, and it's back at the location I first started my team at. And there is a hidden doorway and a secret passageway through a wall that takes you to a place where, like, priests used to hide. And as classy as I am, I'm standing there. I've leant against the wall forgetting the door was there. Fell through. My trousers fell down. Arse out. Head in the hole. Stuck. The owner of the location opened the door and went, "Oh, it's just you." Shut the door. Didn't bother fucking helping me. Just left me in the hole with my arse out.
And what you don't realise right now, she is describing the owner of the house. See, it's his scariest moment on the investigation.
That was his scariest moment.
Not hers. That was just her most embarrassing moment.
Oh, it hurt because there was like a drop the other side of the hole and I was dangling out.
Didn't one of the people with you use one of the medieval toilets?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is basically just a hole in
A hole that goes
into the moat.
Oh. I've been to places like that. But it's not on enough investigation. They actually paid me to go to these places. So it's like, I've been there, didn't want to be there, but hey.
In Beirut, or are you not at?
So Darryl, what's your scariest moment? And stupidest moment, why not? Let's go for both.
Scariest moment is anytime you're with Greg Knapp in an investigation after Chipotle's or Taco Bell. That's the scariest moment.
I I heard that Chipotle makes bloodstains in your underwear.
For him, yeah, I can imagine.
Right.
Yeah. No, scariest thing. Probably when we thought somebody broke into a location we were at about 3 o'clock in the morning. That was probably one of the scariest things. Running around the building trying to find somebody who obviously wasn't there, but we all heard him. And what was the other question?
Most embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh, most embarrassing? Probably not for me, but when Greg actually threw up on one of our investigators. That was pretty most embarrassing.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
Some people in certain countries pay for that.
Yeah.
And honestly, Greg's really going to appreciate this when he sees this. So you know that.
Oh, he loves it. It's all on video too, but he will not release it because he's embarrassed about it.
Was it too much Taco Bell?
Is that you talking,
was,
Alex?
Or was it
We were
ectoplasm or something?
We were at Malta, which is up in northern PA, and he had been eating junk food all day long. And it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. We're all sitting at base camp, and he vapes. He took a big hit of his vape. It was too much, and he just hurled. But the funny thing is, if you watch it on video, when he threw up, he actually caught it in midair and flung it across the room.
We don't need to see the video.
Oh, God.
Use my imagination.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it was hilarious. You had to be there. It was something.
So this is a show about demons.
What it was.
See, and puke, pea soup and puke and demons.
Yeah.
What off it?
Like the
Throw
Exorcist.
it.
Yeah.
He was,
Not exorcism, bring it together.
Yeah.
He was possessed by
He was possessed.
junk food and vape.
yeah, by Taco Bell. He was possessed.
Or Chipotle.
When he threw up, did it make like a, I don't know, what's that Mexican song? I can't remember.
I don't know any Mexican songs.
Leave it to the English to come up with that one.
Yeah.
Why?
So, you guys do believe in demonic spirits, and you do believe in demonic entities.
Yeah.
So, would you ever attempt the games that are used to supposedly conjure up these entities? Would you ever dare to play them?
Ladies first.
I'm sorry.
Daryl.
Can you say it again, Helena?
Did we ever play the games that would have conjured up?
Would you ever dare to play the games?
Like the Midnight Game? Or
Or did we,
Well,
Ouija.
Oh, the mirror.
Yeah, shoot.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
Bloody Mary.
yeah,
Say
you
Bloody
know,
Mary in the mirror.
Done Ouija. I've done a Ouija once.
I've
Yeah,
done Ouija boards when I was really young. Seances.
Yeah.
When I was very young.
Almost got into a fight with the person across. I swear to God, they were the ones moving the damn
Yeah, pretty much.
teardrop looking fucking thing across the room. But yeah, I know I've done it. I've done it.
I mean,
So you'd be willing to play the games like the Midnight Man, and if none of you know what that is, then go and research it, because it's actually based on a Wiccan tradition, where you apparently you invite a demonic entity into your home at around midnight, and you're supposed. I'm not going to give you the rules, and I'm not going to give you how to play the game, but you invite him into your home, and you have to keep away from him until 3:33 in the morning, and then you're free. But if he catches you, or if your candle goes out, you have to surround yourself in salt and keep yourself safe. It's actually based on a tradition, like it's based on a Wiccan spell and a Wiccan conjuring. I wouldn't play the Midnight Game.
Oh, that sounds just fucking fun as hell.
Yeah, that just sounds like a typical Friday, Saturday night dinner around our house.
Yeah, let's all do it. No, I'm good.
Jump right in on that one.
I wouldn't play the Midnight Game, but a lot of these so-called games that they play that are supposedly able to conjure up demons are based on very old religion and very old Wiccan and Druid type spells and conjuring, and I wouldn't risk it because knowing my luck, it fucking worked.
Right.
Just number 5 is all I can say, Helena. Number 5. You've known other 5, so.
I mean, knowing my luck, it worked, and all hell would break loose. But Daryl, would you risk it? Would you play the game?
That game, no. I wouldn't play any of those games. I mean, I've done Ouija boards when I was younger.
Right.
I would do it maybe on an investigation. I would not do it in my own house, a Ouija board. But no, I'm not down with it now.
I mean, considering shit that goes on when you start talking too much about House of Wills, I mean, do you think if you were to try something like that, whatever was attached to you might come out again?
At House of Wills?
No, if you were to play one of the let's say demon games, like the Midnight game, Midnight Man. Like if you were to do something like that, do you think that it might conjure up whatever was affecting you at House of Wills?
Oh, anything's possible, man. I mean, there for a long time I wouldn't even talk about how. But yeah, I mean, I guess anything's possible. I mean, if something is attached to you in some way, or you're imprinted with it, like I think, like when we go to these places, that happens to us. Whatever it is could probably, definitely come back into your life. I don't want to invite anything like that. I won't even say a demon's name or anything like that. You read out of a book. I won't even say it out loud. No. You know?
Have you ever?
I have one thing to answer, and it's from Cheryl, who's always watching us. Yeah, a lot of the games are changed and made into a creepypasta type story, but the story and the game has grown from is something you do not want to play with, because there is that small possibility that what you're doing is very, 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 very dangerous, because a lot of people think, oh, it's just an internet game, it's just fun, you know, it's just something that's gone viral, it's a creepypasta. And it's like, but if you play it and you do the steps exactly right and you find the wrong one, because there are different versions of the game out there, but there are certain ones that are the ones you don't want to play. And if you're one of the unlucky ones, who's to say you're not conjuring up something? There's a reason people don't play these games.
But why is it that they're still sold? Why is it people buy them? I mean, is there, and this is just a question. So is there the power in the negative thinking, per se, in the stereotype of the myth behind it? You know, because with every great myth or legend is that much truth, right? They start somewhere.
Yeah.
So is the power in the thought of the negativity behind it what drives it? Or, I mean, is it the actual event?
The intent, I think, behind it.
Right.
It's the intent of, you know, if I'm going to summon this up, and I'm going to be honest, most people that play these type of games, they're not mentally stable. They do it for the thrill, and they do it because it's funny, and a lot of people that play these games do it with the intent of, this is going to work. And as paranormal investigators, and as you guys know, that if you go into a location with the intent of finding evil, that is what you'll find.
I think most of the evil things that people come in contact with is energy that's been left at that location from things that have happened in the past. So in a way, you could say it's what's the R word? Residual energy from negative experiences. Like, for example, I mean, I know you guys know the negative energy that's at the Brick Rancher house on 360 because of what happened there when a stepbrother murdered his stepsister. Things like that can create the negative energy and can make a place feel nasty. I mean, and I think you have to have a big momentous occasion or thing happen to create that negative energy quickly, or you can have a lot of negative stuff going on over a period of time that builds up as well. I think there's different ways where
there is
where the
again,
energy can come from.
as Cheryl said, there's definitely different levels of entities out there. But you know, if you go into a location and your heart is set on finding evil, your heart is set on finding the, I say with air quotes, demonics, and that's what your heart's set on. That's what you're going to go out there and you're going to find. That everything is going to be a demon. A knock's going to be a demon. You see an orb, you see a shadow, it's a demon because that's what's in your head.
Oh, there was ghosts everywhere earlier in Britain because it was constantly raining.
Well, there was orbs.
Yeah, everywhere. Ghosts everywhere. I kept taking pictures. Ghosts everywhere.
But I guess between different investigators, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but it depends on what kind of investigator you are, because there are many investigators out there that will treat the spirits with respect, and they will be polite and they will say please, thank you, they'll laugh and joke with them, you know, like you do anybody else, like you do your average human, to be honest, is alive, you know, you do that with your average. But as we know, there are investigators that go out there and they are disrespectful.
There's some who seem to get the impression that all spirits are bad and nasty, and they think they have to, you know, they think that, like, as a paranormal investigator or medium or whatever, that there's some sort of superhero that has to save the location from evil spirits or some shit. I don't understand why that is. Granted, there can be nasty spirits around, but I mean, not all spirits are nasty. Some spirits might touch you or push you or do something else to you just to get your attention, or because they think it's funny. They're not doing it because they're evil.
Right.
Scratching, on the other hand, is something that is nasty, and scratching doesn't happen too often, although it has happened to us on an investigation. But one thing that I saw that wound me up the other day on Facebook is someone seemed to think that all child spirits are demons, because it's a demon showing themselves as a child spirit to make you think that they're nice. I'm like, you do realise that children die, right? I mean, in the Victorian era in London, I mean, what, at least half of the children that were born would die before the age of 10. I mean,
it happens.
You know, and they're young children. They're not necessarily going to cross over. They're going to be confused and, like, get stuck where they are.
That's right.
And the fact that this person said, all demons are going to show themselves as child spirits and stuff. What he doesn't seem to realise is that generally quite a lot of spirits can mask themselves and show themselves in a different way. Doesn't necessarily mean they're a dark entity or a demon. It's just something that spirits can do. I mean, spirits can be in one place and go to another in an instant.
Yeah.
You know, so why can't they show themselves as someone else or something else? But yeah, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I mean, what do you feel about, especially investigators, that I have run across quite a few of them recently, that are very disrespectful towards the spirits, and they're, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that, I'm this, I'm that.
We're not naming names, but you know who you are.
You know who you are.
We got you.
You are on.
First off.
You are on the list.
No. Right. First off, don't go into a place that you believe an attachment's happening and start layering off because you're just putting that person in danger. Think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fresh. Right there.
Sorry, I had a little moment. No, you know I'm right.
That's right. Go ahead, girl. You go on it.
Daryl, yeah?
Yeah.
We know someone, yeah, that believed an attachment was happening to someone, yes?
Right.
And they went into the location and started going and pretty much gonna be honest, you can't fucking do this. You have no fucking right. You do what I fucking say. That's just putting that person in danger, because do you really think a demonic or any spirit that has the energy to attach to someone is going to listen to someone else who's doing that?
No, not at all. I mean, to go in there and start mouthing off like that anyway it's asinine. You just don't do that. You need to go in with respect. If a spirit's there, they're not going to want to talk to you if you're being a dickhead, especially if it's just an innocent person who passed away. In all the attachment bullshit and stuff, it's very seldom. And I was unlucky enough to have that happen to me, and believe me, it's nothing I wanted to happen. I didn't know it was going to happen. I had no clue what I was walking into when it happened, and it scared the fuck out of me. I refused to go back in that building for over a year. So yeah,
I mean, one thing I think we should consider here, and it was actually in Living Paranormal magazine. I think it was the last issue. Something that Jack Kenner said. He said that, you know, are spirits possessing living people basically kind of like a paranormal refugee? Are they trying to escape? Are they scared? Do they want to get away from whatever their situation they're in? I think that's one thing to consider. Just because you're getting possessed does not mean you're getting possessed by someone that wants to do something bad.
Oh yeah, not every attachment and possession, I prefer the word imprint. If you guys know me well enough, you know that. But
right.
Not every possession, not every attachment is demonic and evil. In fact,
Speaking from experience.
In fact, let's not lie about it. Laurie, you've seen an imprint happen on me, and have I changed in any way? Was the imprint evil? Was it demonic? It wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
You can explain to people.
Yeah.
You can explain it to people.
Explain what you saw so people get what she's referring to.
Well, it's not just the color of the eye or the shape. I mean, everything. Her eye shape changed. The actual color of her eye. And trust me, I know it sounds ridiculous and you can't believe it, but I'm here to tell you that if she had blue eyes, they went brown. If she had green eyes, they went. I mean, it was that drastic of a jump, so that you knew for sure that something was definitely going on. And I'm sitting there watching this and absolutely dumbfounded. Absolutely dumbfounded. Now, her head did not spin around in 360, didn't go do the sprinkling can with pea soup.
That only happens at certain evenings.
That happens on sex nights.
That's what I was trying to say, but politely.
Yeah,
it gets proper rough, you know. Her head just goes right around.
I don't know who he's sleeping with, but
it's like a motherfucking owl.
He doesn't know either, obviously.
That's a motherfucking theatre right there.
That is a motherfucking theatre.
So, I mean,
what are we talking about?
We're talking about possessions and people initially going, possessions are demonic.
And not anal.
We're not talking about anal. Because I mean, present. A lot of people, where are these ladies present? Just because like half of us have tits doesn't mean we're feminine, does it?
Oh, okay.
Well, we're not. Have you met Laurie?
All right. I would say I'm probably the most effeminate out of everyone right now.
That's right. That's right.
You
need to work on that beard.
Right back here.
Oh, that's why. That's why his hair is just hair signals. Help me, it's distress. I'm going bald. I got it. Oh.
Right.
Anyway, back to what we're talking about.
And the troll one.
Do you know what it is? It's because I haven't washed my hair for like 5 days.
Is that what it is?
I haven't
That is minging.
I have washed my hair. I've washed it since yesterday. I haven't washed it today yet.
That is minging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mengen, which
Yeah.
is English for disgusting.
Oh, is that what it is?
Minging. Yeah,
But I
minging.
have washed my hair, just not today.
But yeah, I mean, there are many investigators out there, and I'm pretty sure all of us know at least one, that believe
Several.
that imprinting and possession and attachments, they're all demonic.
And so, can I say one thing, right? Orbs are not spirits controlling dust and water particles and moisture and pollen to communicate with us. It's random, you stupid fuck.
Okay, I'm done. I'm not ever investigating ever again. You've taken complete fun out of everything for me.
Look, if you want to investigate pollen, yeah, go to a fucking garden centre. Sorry.
So shut up. We're going back to demons and possessions. Daryl, do you think that possessions can generally be innocent?
Well,
I think you can get. I think you could get hitchhikers, which I call them. Yeah, that's something that'll follow you back home, and it doesn't mean it's bad. Like like you said, I think you could go to these locations, and something like a child or somebody could actually attach to you and want to come back with you, like you said, to get out of the location, or they just might find something in you interesting. You might remind them of somebody that they knew when they were alive.
I even think that possession can happen by accident. I actually think a spirit might possess someone completely by accident. I think that
It's
is
possible. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It's like accidentally running into a wall. Instead of a wall, it's a person.
Right.
Yeah, you missed the jump.
Yeah.
You missed the jump is how I'm going to put that. Because
Skip off? Is it a skip off thing? Like it meant to stop?
it's the only way I can really describe it in layman's terms is, for example, if I'm standing next to Laurie,
Putting on the wrong pair of trousers.
and, for example, Will attempts to jump through and possess me or imprint on me, but I move out the way and he does it to you by accident. It's quite possible.
It has happened, actually.
It has happened. It's very possible.
Can I ask Nova? Have you guys witnessed a possession?
Because,
I mean, on an investigation or whatever.
no. No, I don't believe it would have. I don't believe it would have. I think that.
What do you feel?
I mean, it happened to Nancy, so it's going to be one of Nancy's.
I mean, it felt like somebody was trying to crawl into my body, crawl into my skin. But it left pretty quickly, too.
Did it leave or did you?
I mean, when you say you felt like someone was trying to crawl under your skin, is that what you literally mean? Like you felt? How did you feel, itchy or?
Yeah, it felt like, you ever see like movie Terminator? You know that slick oil stuff? It just kind of started with my feet, just kind of like a warm sensation almost.
Okay.
It just felt like something was crawling into me, almost.
I mean, I've been on investigation before where I've had to sort of try and mentally stop a possession from happening because I felt like someone was trying to, and I almost felt. I know it sounds weird. I felt extremely lightheaded.
Yeah.
Like I just snorted a load of glue or something, and I felt like I was sort of being pulled out through the back of my head. I know it sounds weird, and I had to fight it, and to a point where I eventually collapsed, and she laughed. That's besides the point. But that has happened to me before. I think people can have different experiences with possession and how it can feel, or
But it was funny.
It was funny. Right, granted.
How do you know? You weren't there.
I can assume it was funny.
The worst thing was I had a camera.
If a fat person falling over is not funny, then I don't know what is. Okay.
I had a camera on him, yeah. I had a camera on him, and he's collapsed, and I'm holding the camera, and I'm speaking aloud, and I'm going, do I put the camera down and help, or do I just stay here, record and laugh? And I chose the second.
You recorded it.
I chose the second one, stood there laughing while holding the camera on him.
Would love to see that video footage. And just to kind of, so anybody is watching. I mean, even the most seasoned investigator may never, ever, ever come across an attachment or a possession or an imprint. It may never. Doesn't mean it happens. That's how rare it happens.
Yeah, like they choose certain people.
And I think some people's imaginations can run away with them as well. I'm not thinking of anyone in particular. I mean, I don't know, but I think it can happen. I think some things can happen in an investigation where, I know it sounds silly, but someone might lose their footing, and then their imagination runs away with them, and it's like, I've just been pushed.
Right.
Yeah.
And things like that can happen to lead to people to think where someone is trying to possess them. But trust me, when someone is trying to possess you, you'll know it. And it can happen in different ways, like feeling someone under your skin and feeling something come up your body, or feeling like you're lightheaded and someone's, I mean, like how I felt, someone was trying to pull my soul out the back of my head. I don't know how else to describe it.
Daryl, have you ever witnessed anything remotely close to a possession or imprint, as I prefer to say, because possession sounds...
Or puppeting.
Puppeting.
I've witnessed puppeting before. I've been puppeted once that I know of, and I've witnessed it on other people before. But puppeting is a totally different thing. You kind of feel like you're punch drunk.
Yeah.
You can hear everything going on around you, and you're coherent, but you feel like you're being pulled away, like you're just there watching.
Yeah.
Right. I've had that happen at Anderson, and it was the weirdest thing ever. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes to snap out of it. I had to get out of the building. Actually, Jeff and a couple of the investigators, Jeff Waldron, pulled me out of the building and made me go outside. But it happened like within 10 minutes of being there, which was a weird thing. We literally just got there. We weren't even doing an investigation at this point, middle of the day, just walking the building. And I just started, for some reason, walking away from everybody, going into rooms I've never been in and feeling like I've been there 1,000 times. It's like I lived there. And I remember all that, and I remember people yelling for me, trying to find me in the building. But I've seen it firsthand, and I've had it happen to me firsthand. But it was nothing I couldn't shake off. It actually was a thought, like kind of feeling where you actually liked it a little bit. You're like, it was like outer body almost, but you were still coherent.
Yeah, I mean that is the difference between puppeting and possession or imprinting. Puppeting, you actually know what's going on.
Right.
Possession, you have no fucking clue.
No, possession.
Yeah, it's like with puppeting. I mean, you're like I said, you're coherent. But it's like somebody, like you're like puppet, like you have strings on you and your arms are being moved and you're not even doing it.
It's like
but you're walking around.
You're doing things
like
and you don't know.
You're coherent and you know what's going on, but you can't control what's going on.
It's like you're doing things, but you don't know why you're doing things.
Yeah.
Right. And the weird thing is, you're in a building you've never been in before. You've been there 10 minutes, and you're walking into hallways and dark rooms, and you know the layouts. And you're just like, it's like there's something in you, like the spirit, and they're kind of like guiding you through like this maze.
Yeah.
It's totally insane. I mean, I don't know how to explain it to anybody who's never had it happen to them.
Wow.
I mean, I know it sounds silly, and you're probably going to laugh at this, But it's like when you're driving, yeah, and you've been driving for say half hour, and suddenly you sort of actually pay attention.
Yeah.
You completely forgotten that you've driven say 20 miles, and you're like, how did I get here? Even though it's a route you do every day, it's just because your mind switches off almost, and it's similar to how things can happen in terms of puppeting and possession. You can be suddenly you can be in one part of the building, and you think, hang on, how did I get here? I don't remember how I got here. Although you know that you did walk there. It's a weird feeling. You know you walked there, but you don't remember walking there.
But the strange part is, especially when you're in a building you've never been in and you know the layout, and you're walking through rooms that are pitch black, and it's like walking through your own house at 3 o'clock in the morning. The lights are totally off. You know the bedpost is there. You know the nightstand's there. You're not going to run into them. Like you day, like it's an insane feeling. And it's not to sound weird, but it was very relaxing. It's just like, it's but you explained it perfectly, Alex. It's like when you're driving and you just zone out. The next thing you know, damn, I don't remember passing all these places for the last 20 minutes. How'd I get this far? It's exactly how it feels.
So I mean, I'm not sure if we asked, but I mean, have you had anything similar to that, Nova? Not possession, but sort of puppeting.
No.
Or maybe one thing.
One step down from
one thing we haven't spoken about is what do you call it? Projecting.
Astral projecting.
Not astral projecting, but spirits projecting their feelings onto you. So you could be angry or sad or have a feeling of euphoria for no reason, and you don't know why. I mean, is that something you guys have experienced?
Yep. With that same thing that was trying to attach to me, it was very, very angry.
What about the feeling of being drunk? Just out of interest, have you been in a location where you felt drunk for no reason?
No,
that was.
I've been drunk for logical reasons. Yeah. But, that was a physical of me doing that. But no.
I mean, the reason why we mention it is because we've been to locations where suddenly we started acting like we're drunk, and we can't. It was
to the point.
Where was it?
That was Redoubt Fort in Harwich. It's to the point that we had an investigation team of 10 people. There were five guys and 5 girls. As soon as the girls walked into a certain room, that was it. We were on the floor. We were pretty much pissed up. We were drunk and didn't know what was going on. It was one room, and it was every single one of us at the same time. It wasn't as if one of us went in there and went, I don't feel right, and went back out. It was all of us at the exact same time going into a vigil in one room. That was it. Exactly the same time. It was like...
I've had like a funhouse effect before, going in a hallway and felt that way. But when you looked at it after a while, you could see that the floor was slightly slanted just a little bit. But I've had that type of sensation, in the dark, and you're kind of walking, you can't kind of figure that out. But that's
true. That's one thing that people need to consider is
wonky floors,
how crooked a house is or a location is, because that can throw you a little bit sometimes.
In the dark, yeah.
Especially in the dark.
Darryl, have you ever had a spirit project its emotions onto you?
Not to my knowledge, no. I mean, I've felt in locations. I felt that feeling of dread and the feeling of sadness and the feeling of anger. I've never had like a vision of something. I mean, I did have like a vision one time, but it was before an investigation. I don't give visions or anything. I'm not psychic or anything. I had a flash of a vision, but I don't think it was. I don't know if it was a spirit. Maybe it was just my mind playing tricks on me. No, not to my knowledge.
Right. So I mean, this is basically our show.
It's never going to be
if that's what you call it.
Sweet done.
It's never going to be serious, is it really? We're going to go through spots of being serious, then talking shit, then back to being serious, then talking shit again.
I mean, if you watch this, you'll probably see the thumbnail or the poster or whatever and think, ooh,
Good
scary. No, man. Seriously.
So like, we had one of our regular guests tonight, and again, she just thought it was hilarious that we were talking shit.
Good.
And apparently, when she watches this back, she says she's going now to dinner, but when she watches it back, she said, Daryl, your beard's demonic.
Yeah.
I thought it was my hair.
It's right.
I thought my hair was demonic.
It is.
She's gonna do an exorcism tomorrow with some clippers, so it's fine.
Oh, might be. Who is this? The viewer?
No. Helena is gonna do an exorcism on my hair with clippers.
I might film it, and as long as he sits on fire, makes loads.
Yeah, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow.
I've just been told, by the way, that wasn't decided.
You need a Flowbee.
Do you know what a
Flowbee is?
No.
A lawnmower.
No, Daryl, do you know what a Flowbee is?
Yeah, well, they used to be on the infomercial, the Flowbee with the vacuum and all that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on. Is it like a vacuum cleaner / clippers?
That's
Yeah.
Right. Like on Wayne's World.
Yes.
There you go. I should have said Wayne's World. Of course, you'd have gotten that one.
I think before we end the show, I think one thing we should try and do is decide what we're going to talk about on the next one.
I think it's pretty clear that we're all pretty much on agreements that demonics are real, but they're not everywhere.
Let's round up. Let's round up everything.
Let's do a quick roundup and then
try and round up the stuff that's come out of our mouths.
You can't talk, can you? You're fucking retarded.
You're fucking retarded.
Can't see past his IT.
Well, I can't think of a way to describe all the shit that was projected out of our mouths tonight.
We've sort of...
Basically, demons are real.
They happen.
But they're not as common as you might think from watching TV shows and films.
Sorry, they're not.
Daryl, are you in agreement with that?
Yes, demons are real, but good luck finding one.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said,
and not all child spirits are demons.
No, absolutely not. No.
And just because a spirit hides who they truly are, like they show themselves as someone different, does not make them a demon.
Just because a spirit is shown as a shadow person doesn't make them evil. Do you have any idea how much fucking energy it takes for a spirit to stand up and look like me and go, hello?
Hello, how are you?
You know what I mean? If they show themselves as a shadow, it's probably because they have no energy to show themselves in any other way.
Yeah, I hate it when people think a shadow person is something evil. I'm not being funny, but we all have shadows now. I mean, I don't know.
Where was the sun? Where was, yeah, absolutely. And not every single light anomaly that is in your photographs are orbs.
No.
Or, this paranormal orb, you did not hear, magically landed upon the paranormal mecca of orbs.
And
You
not
didn't find
every
the
possession,
correspondence.
attachment, imprint, or puppeting is evil and demonic either.
No, just because someone wants to possess you does not make them evil.
Guys, if you're out there and you're investigating and you come across something evil, don't go, oh, there's a demon here. Think logically and think, hang on, is this just a spirit that's really fucking angry about something?
Yeah.
If I disturb them, are they angry at me? Is that why they're being rude? It doesn't mean they're demonics at all.
No.
I don't know where the hell Alex is going.
I think we're in agreement.
Yep.
Alex just fell over the wire of the laptop.
It's his hair. It's a demonic flame.
Fucking hell. That was fantastic.
There's shit everywhere in this house. But before I go, I just want to say, Zach Bagans.
There it is.
Zach, you haven't called me yet. I've been doing my best, yeah. I've been trying to get fit. I've been incorporating a healthy lifestyle. And you're not calling me. I mean, I'm eating. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I'm eating it.
Alex, it's okay.
Phone me, yeah? Ignore all the other attractive people. Get me on.
Alex.
I'll bring decent snacks, yeah?
Alex, honey. Just remember something. Round is a shape. So you're in shape, buddy.
I always tell him he's got the body of a god, but he's Buddha.
Buddha!
Have you ever seen a Buddhist smoke? Apart from the one that set himself on fire in Vietnam.
No, but I've actually seen
I'm all for it. I was, you know, that's a good form of protest.
I don't know how that guy did that.
Because they're bloody, they have amazing mind control.
I need to learn that.
It was, I mean, the fact that he did that was incredible. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we'll just go back to normality and yeah, be safe.
Call me Zach.
Call Alex. Zach.
I'm being healthy, I swear.
Not everything's a demon.
This is mental.
Not everything is demonic. Not everything is evil. Not every attachment is coming to you to ruin your life.
And be respectful.
But be respectful. They're spirits. They're humans. They were like us and they deserve your respect.
Yes, they do.
You do not go into a location and F this, F that, I'm this, I'm that. Talk to them with respect. If you want them to communicate with you, give them a reason why.
Right. Pick up the, now call me.
And call him.
Right. Oh. Please call him. Zach, come on. None of us can stand it anymore. Can you just fucking call him, please?
Please. Join in, man. We're trying to get him to call in. You're the only one who hasn't said it.
If you go watch the American Ghost Hunter live show, you'll see his rant on Monday night about Zach Bagans.
Not calling me.
Him. Please.
I mean,
Zach.
I kind of made it look like I don't like Ghost Adventures. Just to be
Right,
clear.
go on. No, let Daryl. Right, carry on, Daryl.
I do like Ghost Adventures.
No, I was just saying, go watch his rant on Monday night on the Rewind video on YouTube of him ranting about Zach Bagans not calling him. It was funny as shit.
It is funny.
If you guys don't realise, us and Daryl post the American Ghost Hunter show
on Just Paranormal YouTube,
which is about as serious as this is, really.
Yeah. Yeah, they're my co-hosts on the American Ghost Hunter live show every Monday night. Yeah, go check them out. Yeah, they're funny as shit. Yeah.
And just because I'm smoking,
we just sort of reinvented it.
Just because I'm smoking doesn't mean you have to. It's bad for you.
Yes. Wait.
I was gonna say, don't make me go there. Right?
God! Did anyone say the ghost? Did anyone just say that ghost?
Good point. Don't smoke on investigations for that very reason.
Hell. Did anyone say
Ready?
Wait.
Woo! Ghost! Woo! Ghost!
And we're gonna end the show there. Demons are real, but they're rare. Don't smoke, even though we're smoking. Zach, call me. Cheers.